I attended a Native American fire ceremony by Cathedral Rock and Oak Creek and was inspired to paint the 4 sacred elements using sacred energy symbols and geometry. I saw this beautiful dancer at a powwow in the Sedona area. She is a jingle dancer, and I painted all those little jingles. The lion god represents an angry god to me, a god that isn't happy with what we're doing here on this earth to Mother Nature. It's also a form of a sun god, a god that's kind of scorching the earth and cleansing the earth from the devastation we've done to this beautiful planet. The vision of heaven was a painting I did to represent all the different forms of God, from the eagle to the tiger to the flowers and the grass. The butterfly is another representation of God. I find God in the mountains and the lakes and the waterfalls. I find God in the sky, the storms, the lightning, and the thunder. God can be a woman or a man. I represented God as a woman here, with many angels flowing around in the skies. Sky angels are another form of God, and an eagle is a Native American form of God. Very intense. They think that if they see an eagle, that God has shown himself to them. Flowing up from the eagle's wings, you can see the sky. The sky is also angels. The whole painting represents every aspect of God. The elephant with its tusk upraised is another form of God. This is a very impressive painting at 4 feet by 5 feet. Goddess of fire with the sun god. The horse represents the sun god. The beautiful Native American girl is Mother Earth, cleansing herself with fire with the help of the sun god. I had this vision of fire sweeping across the land and cleansing it. When I was done with it, huge fires started in the Four Corners area that went on for a very long time. The smoke from it covered the sky for miles around. This painting is 4 feet by 5 feet. Mother Earth Goddess is a painting I did based on a vision I had of Mother Earth. She was in an energy field, and in one hand she had the energy of healing, and in the other hand is the energy of birth. And her eye was crying a tear, and all her chakras were represented. And she was giving birth to energy spirits to this earth. And she did not seem happy with what we've done to this earth. This is a big painting. It's 4 feet by 5 feet. The tiger god represents God as an intense spirit that expects us to be accountable for what we do. The solar systems are represented, the Earth, the Pleiades, and many stars. This painting is 4 feet by 5 feet and is very impressive. Madonna and Child is about a beautiful Native American woman who loved her baby and treated it as if it was the sacred child. I was very inspired by their beautiful costumes and blankets and shoes. The jewelry passed down through many generations. I put the background of Sedona in it. This painting is large and beautifully framed. I found this brother and sister angel at a powwow. Their mother sweetly let me paint these little sweet angels. Their faces were just gorgeous and rosy. I painted clouds and energy wings and rainbows and a little hawk in the background. This Native American man was a carver. He was carving a hawk. He said the stone, the spirit of the stone, told him what was in it. You can see the spirit rising from the stone. Notice his hands. They're rough and the stone is smooth. There is a spirit rising up and changing into the hawk. Look closely at his face. He carved the stone smooth, but his face is rough. I put on the paint with a palette knife. You can see the thick cut of the paint. He looks like stone. Stone that needs to be carved smooth. This is a large and magnificent painting. Goddess of the night represents Mother Earth. At night, in all her sensual, intense passion, with the moon and the fragrant, damp foliage, flowers, the smells, the energy. The model's alter ego is a black panther. The raw animal magnetism is represented between these two. It's a large painting. Thunder God and Eagle Dancer. The Eagle Dancer was at a powwow and he had a big eagle bustle behind him and eagle feathers on his head, and he had a thunder painting on his face. And that's what gave me the idea for the background of a thunderous, dramatic background. Then I put a magnificent eagle in the painting, and that's the Thunder God. This is painted in watercolor. It's very large and it's framed, and it's a wonderful, beautiful painting. I'm Teresa Zappey. Thank you for watching my movie. Everything is for sale. Please be sure to contact me. All proceeds go to build the In Harmony community, the way we should live.